she wants to get her own one-liners and all this stuff, and that way you can go back to the sister who say, see, I told that white man that, this and that in his face, kind of thing. What this founding father being white has to do with this debate? Think about it, guys. What? Crazy. This is gonna go down the rail quick, guys.
Withheld from men of color. It was a white...
It was also withheld from...
And notice also, I have to mention this. When you guys go to... this is the good part. Go to YouTube and look for the 19th Amendment. Right? And you will see a lot of correlation between white feminists and African Americans. You're going to see a lot of correlation on purpose.
Historically withheld from men of color. It was a white...
It was also withheld from the general population.
Do not cut me off. Do not cut me off. I am in the middle of speaking.
I don't care if you're in the middle of speaking. You're in the middle of a debate.
The right to vote.
You don't have your TikTok mute button, sweetheart?
There we go.
I will not be speaking anymore until you have a conversation with
Sure.
Well, look. If we can, for both people, if we can allow each other to...
And this is what my females do, man. They just want to control everything. Right now, she just wants to control the environment because she feels insecure. Right here. This right here was already planned. She wanted to do this. She wanted to just tell Andrew, you're not going to bully me. Based on her, right? I don't know, based on her. She just wanted to tell Andrew and Brian, hey man, I own this place. You're going to do whatever the hell I tell you to do. I'm going to control the environment. But then what is going to happen is, slowly she's going to realize she cannot control the environment. She's not in her little TikTok pressing the mute button and say her one-liners. She has no control.
Finish. Even if you want to jump in, just let the other person finish speaking. If somebody's going on a monologue and they're filibustering, I'll try to get them to wrap up. But just if they're making a point, just try to let them finish.
No, I did not go to school for 4 years and build a platform to be talked to like this. So I will be walking away from the microphone.
This is ego right here.
Now, and I would encourage you to get your guest under control. I'm going to take 2 minutes so you can ask him questions if you'd like, and I will be right back.
Because you run the show?
I just won't be back. And
I don't give a shit. What do I care? I'm here to have a debate, not listen to your whining. Do you want to have a debate or not?
All right, I'm not going to be talked to like this.
Well,
imagine
do you want to just take
the life of this person, man?
2-minute breather? You want to take a 2-minute breather?
This is feminism? You're the strong woman? You're the strong woman? Really? Whew, strong woman. I will not be talked to. Like what? What did I even say?
She wanted this, guys. She wanted this. She wanted it.
I will not be talked to like that. Yeah, you will. What are you talking about? It's a debate.
Maybe we can try to stick to.
There's been some really strong feminist women in that chair who have debated with me, just not this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Although I think maybe for the sake of ensuring that the debate happens, maybe we can just so we get the debate. So the debate happens, maybe.
Yeah, and a lot of people were giving Brian a lot of shiitakes for this. Listen, guys, Brian has a business. He has, Andrew's here. He spent some money in just making sure these people stay in a hotel. They're treating well. He at least needs to break even, guys. You have to understand this. I understand he's not in the best position currently, like making millions of dollars per episode. But, at least he has to try to make the debate happen. That's what is going on.
What am I supposed to do? I'm in the middle of a debate. Am I supposed to worry about tone policing and this and that because I have points and refutations which may hurt people's feelings?
Well, I think she overreacted a little bit. But
or a little bit.
I think it is fair to allow.
Then time it.
If she's in the middle of.
Time it. Give us 60 seconds apiece.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
I'll propose that to her.
Let's do 60
But
seconds.
I mean, I'm fine with keeping it open, but just
imagine being the wife
if
of this,
if
the
you're
husband
talking,
of this person.
and she interrupts you, I'll tell her not to. But if you can, just try to let her finish.
Yeah, but when anybody does the bullshit of like, I'm speaking, you know what I mean? Of course, there's going to be some.
Yeah.
Yeah, but try to let her finish if you can. But
Yeah, let's do 60-second back and forth.
That's fine with me, as long as there's some boundaries. Yeah.
You want to do that? 60 seconds back and forth?
That works.
Or if you guys want, we could give it another shot at just keeping it open combo.
Sure.
So why don't we do that? If the interruptions continue, you guys feel like you're not.
But I would like to just point out.
Wait. We have to set the rules first. No more talking.
There we go. Yes.
We will do 60 seconds back and forth.
Yeah. There you go. She wants to take control, guys. They're not here to debate. They're not here to debate, guys. They're here to take control and just portray strength by manipulation tactics. She just literally wants to manipulate. And you know what's crazy? The reason she's now doubling down is because she did got what she wanted. She did got what she wanted. And look at her. She's looking at Brian because she can recognize that this is not anything to just go against Brian, but Brian is the weakest in terms of frame between Andrew and himself, right? But the thing is that Brian, she cannot understand that Brian has interviewed thousands of women by now. He knows what's going on. The thing is, he doesn't have the frame to do so, guys. That's what it is.
You like that though, right?
No, 60 seconds back and forth. I will leave. I'm so serious. We sign an agreement if I appear here.
Leave. I don't care. Why do you think I care if you?
I think she took a break from social media after this. Anyone can correct me if I'm wrong. I would take a break myself too.
I'm not talking to you.
Hold on, guys.
I'm not talking to you.
Okay.
I'm talking.
Go ahead. What's your proposal?
My proposal, if we don't do 60 seconds back and forth, I will walk out right now. The agreement was that I appear. It does not say that I have to stay for 3 hours, so I will leave.
Wow.
Right now. Because I'm not going to be talked to like this. I mean,
Like what? Yeah. What?
Real men.
A real
don't
man? You're
talk
going to tell me what a
women
real
like
man
this.
is?
Well, Andrew.
My dad.
Real women don't abort their children, lady.
My dad has the same political beliefs as you, and he would never talk to a woman
And my
like that.
sister
You
has
are
the same
embarrassing.
political beliefs as you, and she would never dare talk to a man like that. Like, what's your point?
That makes no sense. Andrew, can you stop?
Andrew, that's really disrespectful.
Oh God, everything's disrespectful.
Sign language, guys. This is sign
You're
language.
such a crybaby.
Andrew, stop.
Yeah, Brian, but this is Brian. You cannot do this either, right? Now you're putting Andrew as the bad guy. You cannot be doing this, man. I'm sorry. I know you want to keep the debate. That's fine. I have no problem with that. But to the point that now you're putting Andrew as the bad guy, I don't think that's a good strategy, guys. I don't think so. Because you come up as weak. You see what I'm saying? It's coming up as weak. And she thinks that she has the ball in her court. We don't need her. Andrew doesn't need her. Brian doesn't need her. This is a privilege for her. This is exposure. She even has the opportunity to convert some people that might be in the age. This is the perfect opportunity for her. But somehow she thinks that she's the Coca-Cola in the middle of the desert. Which is not. It's not even close. You have to do takeaways. Just you don't want to. This is the second time and third time. You know what? Stand up and go. Stand up and go. Because at this point, she's not being reasonable.
Of ensuring that this debate actually occurs, let's set some ground rules. We got to allow people to finish their points.
Man, Dad, you failed on this one, Dad.
Andrew, maybe you've said some mocking things towards her.
No, I have not mocked him at all.
Look,
no. I've stood up for myself.
I need to be fair.
And I will not be mocked. I have not said a word that is bad to you. I talked to you about
sign
your family in
language,
Michigan.
guys.
I want to get to know you. This
Kylie.
isn't about anything about me mocking you. This is a boundary
I'm
of
here
him
to get to
attacking
know
me.
you. I'm here to do a debate.
Look, when you return to the table, you did the tone. Your tone wasn't the best towards Andrew. And look.
My tone?
Hold on.
Oh, wow.
I'll be fair. Hold on, Kylie. I'll be
That's
fair.
classic.
Andrew's tone towards you wasn't great either. In furtherance of ensuring that the debate actually occurs, why don't we just get back to it and stick to the
She's nervous, guys.
the substance of the conversation.
Okay.
I'm trying to be fair to both of you.
But 60 seconds each, yeah?
The only way she can win this debate is through shame, guys. She knows it. Because Andrew's opening statement already destroyed her worldview already. So the only thing that currently she has in her back pocket is basically shame. It's use sign language on her favor.
No interruptions?
Andrew, if you agree, if you're fine with
Sure.
that, then I'm fine with that. So
Great.
And if you guys are open to it, if that goes well, the 60 seconds each, we can bring it back to open conversation.
Okay.
Well, there does have to be some cross-examination at some point, but yeah, that's fine.
Sure. Okay. So Kylie, go ahead. You have 60 seconds.
Okay, so the point of my conversation here is I would genuinely like to have an open discussion about like what feminism means and to debunk some of the feminist myths, but my opponent seems to want to attack me instead and call me names, which is totally okay. I'm used to that, especially if you look at my comments online. But the point being, I'm going to try my best to keep it very mellow. Again, if I'm being attacked, I am going to get defensive, but I would like to start by saying, yes, the McKinsey study in sociology, psychology studies are flawed, and that is true. They are continually, it's a field that's expanding, and that's why I chose to study psychology, because I do find it so interesting. But that doesn't negate the fact that plenty of studies have found a significant correlation between being a woman and being a victim of violence at the hands of a man. And again, the study of 1 in 3 women globally who experience sexual or physical violence. And I think that is the core of what a lot of feminists believe in, is trying to combat that violent behavior and to protect women. I'm sure that's close to a minute, so I can pass it over to you.
Feminism has completely lied to everybody, and I'll explain exactly how. It failed in its promise. Its promise was that it was supposed to protect women. It hasn't protected women. The very idea that you want to put women inside of male workforces is not protecting women. The idea that you want to have dual colleges where it's men and women together is not protecting women. These are terrible ideas, and they've been borne out as being terrible ideas. When you talk about sociological studies being flawed, I don't think that you're really being honest about how flawed they are. The replication crisis in sociology is getting worse, not better. It's not getting better. Even with all the meta-analysis, it's not getting better. Why isn't it getting better? It's because of bias. There's so much bias which is going on, especially from the purview of feminists. And feminists use standpoint theory. They want everything to go through the view of women. So when you're talking about, for instance, the criteria, when you're talking about what that...
Saying it's not true through the camera doesn't make it true on your part. Keep saying it's not true, it's not true, it's not true. That does not make it an argument. Like, this is what her tactics is just a sign language tactic. That's it.
It means that women are assaulted, right? What is the criteria for that, for what an assault actually is?
That's a really good question. We are definitely working on defining the lines for that. So right now there's an acronym that we are coming up with that we want to teach in schools of like what that means, which is FRI, so freely given, reversible, informed, enthusiastic, or engaged in specific of what consent means, so that there is no confusion about what is happening in terms of, like, whether it's an assault, because I know that does happen where men are confused and they don't know, and especially if there's alcohol involved. And so my goal is to protect women and also to make sure that men know that if they are causing harm, that, a lot of men, they don't want to hurt other people. They don't realize it. And so I think if we have better education about like what assault is and how to prevent it, because again, there are male victims. So I think if it's something that we can come forward about and make sure that everyone feels heard and supported, then men would also come forward more about like if they've been assaulted.
This doesn't answer my question though. My question is, when you cite the data on how many of these women have actually been assaulted, what is the criteria being used?
That's a good question. I see your point of how it varies, like based upon the study and things like that. But I think a lot of these problem is that it is self-reported. But again, another issue is that means they could be underreported as well, because women are too scared to report it. So yes, there are issues with that. But another thing though is that women are definitely in a position in the home where they are not safe in a lot of places. And again, that comes back to the kind of assumption that I was talking about earlier, is that like it's because we married the wrong man and this guy is unsafe in our home. But it's not about that. It's sometimes when you marry somebody or you date somebody, they can then become violent towards you because they see you as their property almost.
Most of these domestic violence claims and things like this are happening from single mothers with boyfriends, though, not happening from the father at home.
Do you have a
married
source
relationships. For that? Yes, I do.
Okay. No, I'm just wondering because
not only is that factually the case, but interestingly enough, if the state sees